Hey guys, this is my video on visual analysis. Basically before going into this project, I knew I had three main goals in the finished motion design. I wanted to use two or three different but vibrant colors and complementary colors. I wanted to have an illustrative use of line and shape. By that I mean I want to incorporate illustrations as well as text, but definitely focus on how I can use pictures to describe what's going on rather than just slapping some text in there. And specifically, I want to use like line, shape, negative space, and see how they can all interact with each other. And then my third one is taking advantage of the undefined space that you can have using After Effects or creating a motion design. And by that I just mean not keeping everything on the same plane or in the same setting, using lines and different designs to move the viewer's eye basically throughout the composition. Alright, so the first example I found for visual personality is this short GIF right here. It just loops like that, but I definitely think the snake, the familiarity of the snake coming back to the place that it started from, and the colors it uses, the like two different types of blue, two different types of reds, and then yellow, keeping it like muted primaries is, I'm definitely drawn to that, and that's something I'd like to use in my video. The movement is very clean and fun and upbeat, and it lets your eye move across the plane really easily. And then my second example for visual personality is a short video called A Kiss Deterred. And I picked this video before I show you because the use of line and shadow or shape in the way the artist draws forms and creates transitions. It's not just, there's no lull in the design, it constantly moves and keeps the story going. So I'll play a little bit of this, and I might skip around.
It was Friday, April 3rd, 1992. We were in class, they just told us to go home. So I walked to my building, I started walking upstairs. Halfway up, there's just a giant explosion that threw me down the stairs.
That's the first good bit. I really like how they incorporate the text as in a narrative, like the date, and as soon as the explosion hits, everything falls with it. And then right here, before I even play, you can see how they take the basic shape of something that we know, like an iPhone. They also do it with a clock, another place in the video, and the way they compose it is just out of shape and line. And I think that adds a sort of sophisticated personality to the video.
If you're Nicolina from Mostar, then I'm your boyfriend from 5th grade. Get back to me so we can figure out what to do. We agreed to meet up. I went back to visit Mostar. We had some wine and talked for hours.
Again, the colors, the way that all of these little elements pop in, and a few seconds ago, the way the eyes were drawn and create movement through just line and shape. Those are the characteristics and personality that I'm looking for my video. Next, we move on to visual message, which to me, I think of communication, or how does, like, what is the tone of the video? How does the video communicate with you? And I think most videos that I'm looking for inspiration do that through emphasis, pictorialism, and text. While I don't want to lean too heavily on text, there are some videos that do incorporate it, and there are some one that I found that don't have any words or backtrack of a voice at all, but it still communicates a message. So I picked one video that does use text very well in my opinion, and I picked one that doesn't. So here is the one that uses text.
Recipes and silly jokes. Just because with a damn good coffee our best ideas pop out, and we put them together to tell your story. Every new project is a race against time. We have to read the brief, analyze it, quote it, estimate the production time, plan deliveries, create the project folder, feed the plant, set up the pipeline, schedule feedbacks, go to the doctor, go back to the studio, split the workload, make presentations, meet deadlines, reply to emails, call the musician, and finally, enjoy some spare time. Always looking for...
Then they also, the next part of the video that I think really communicates well is they use little skeletons here. The lady in the background, I'll play it in a second, is talking about meeting the deadline, and just kind of the symbolism that they use in this video through textures, lines, pictures to show the craziness of a business life or meeting deadlines. I think that's really effective.
Diversity. We were born to work together, always looking for the right rhythm and making sure not to miss the deadline. So there you have it. This is...
Yeah. But yeah, I think the integration of text and illustration is really a really good balance in that one. And then this one is a video without any words at all. It's just pure visuals and music, but I think it's a really great example of how illustration can really carry what you want to say. The transitions are, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't want to do that. The transitions are just so seamless. Let me play it again without sound. Even though it's not selling anything in particular, it might be like an intro or an ad for something. It carries your eye through the piece so beautifully and communicates, you know, all of the pieces it takes to make the food and how you can eat the food. And same with the color. It has the colors I'm looking for. Like each scene has like a couple basic colors that really go together. Probably a little bit more than what I'm looking for, but yep. So then our last category was visual goals, and this one was a little bit difficult for me because I didn't want to directly show anything, show a video and say, you know, that's what I want mine to look like. I think goals are a little bit different, like more broad feelings and like a style that you're going for, an overall goal. So this is a short story, animated story as well, and before I play it, I really, just the illustration style I was talking about before with textures and use of negative space and flow, and then also the allocation of space and how it, the story moves along the plane is, I think, really outstanding in this as well. I'll play a good bit of this, so sit back and relax.
And that's why I'm really glad my mom enrolled me at Girl Start. It's a summer camp that helps girls while they're still in elementary school see how cool science is. They have this t-shirt that says, "It's just rocket science." Because everyone else is telling you, you couldn't do rocket science, but you can do this. And Girl Start kind of says like, well, no, you literally can do rocket science. So that was my foundation. And by the time I got to college, I knew I wanted to be an engineer. But college was really intimidating at first. My first aerospace engineering course had like 130 people in it, and only 13 of us were women. By the end, half of the women had dropped out. But if there was one thing Girl Start...
I think that part right there with the astronauts showing the women in her class and then dropping out. I think that's a really great way to use imagery and get to my overall goal of breaking the plane, which she's literally doing by going outer space, like back to Earth, outer space, in classroom, just kind of all over the place. So yeah, that is my visual analysis video. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck with the project.